Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And ta-dum, Netflix is firing more people. We talked about this earlier. What we didn't know was that Netflix is firing mostly activist-minded people. Supposedly, according to the Daily Mail. Now, you got this actually from Yellow Flash.
Yeah, I saw him mentioning it, and I was like, wait, did they confirm who was fired? Because we had talked about that, you know, would they use this opportunity to do that? And
yes.
Then apparently that, yes, they did.
Yeah, they will.
But by the very nature of what was being canceled, the people that would have been working on those projects would have been that type of person.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about this because this is what happens. This is what happens when the money runs out. We've been talking about this, that quote unquote woke programming is a luxury of surplus money, and when the money runs out, and Netflix is absolutely losing money at this point, then they have to double down on what's actually going to bring in paying customers, and a lot of what was axed was not going to bring in customers.
Right. It's like whatever's the most has the most mass appeal, and that would go against the whole narrative that everybody wants woke programming, which I don't even like using the term woke, but everybody likes that kind of programming. That's what they keep trying to spin. Look, the vast majority. Well, clearly that's not the case.
No, we're going to talk about this because we're going to see more companies do this. Kickstarter did it before. When they had a downturn for like a quarter, they're like, let's get rid of all the unionized employees, the ones that have been trying to get people canceled, the ones that have been very vocal about their activism. Let's get rid of them, and that's what's going on here at Netflix. And I think we're going to see other companies do this eventually. I mean, again, once the money runs out, you see these companies walk it back because they got to be profitable.
And again, wokeism and diversity and inclusion are not the same thing. Like, people can be completely fine with diversity and inclusion, organic diversity and inclusion. People were for years. There's a difference between, organic diversity and inclusion and what the stuff they're pushing.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 268,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. There's the woohoo.
Did you do the woohoo earlier?
I didn't do a woohoo for you, no. I did in a couple other videos, but my woohoos aren't as exciting as your woohoos.
Your woohoo is not as exciting as my woohoo. There's no question about that.
Woohoo.
My woohoo is definitely superior.
So this is coming from the Daily Mail. Again, hat tip to Yellow Flash, who was talking about it earlier. Didn't watch his video. I'm just like, what's up with this? And you sent me a link to the article. Now, this is right after they announced they were axing 150 people, and that was like the second round of cutbacks, and right after they told people if they don't like Netflix, they don't like the content they produce, then they can go find a job someplace else.
Probably because it'd be easier. If they were already going to lay these people off anyway, it would be a hell of a lot easier if they just left on their own.
It would be. And I think what happens is these companies, I mean, again, look at Coinbase and some of the other ones, Shopify, and they even offer to buy employees out, their contracts out, because they're like, you're not going to be happy working here. You're going to make us miserable. You're going to make the customers miserable. Get the hell out of here.
Well, it's interesting because they said there was 290 people laid off. 70 of them were working for social media and publishing teams.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. Again, Daily Mail, Netflix's woke purge, their headline, not ours. Troubled streaming giants' latest layoffs target staff who were among its most this is a hell of a long headline.
I know. It was like, how did they get through, the analytics and stuff?
Were among its most vocal social justice warriors working on original content about marginalized communities. God,
gotta get every buzzword in there.
Is that a headline or a paragraph?
That's like a paragraph.
Netflix laid off 150 employees on Tuesday, which we did a video about.
We did talk about, yes.
Many of whom were working on creating and promoting projects focused on marginalized communities like Anti-Racist Baby. Firm additionally fired, now this is new, fired nearly 70 employees working for its social media and publishing teams, including strong black lead, Golden, Contodo, and Most or Moist.
No,
Most.
It's Most. There's no I. There's no I in Moist. Wait, in Most. There is an I in Moist.
Mostly Moist.
There's no I in Most.
All these catered to marginalized communities. The struggling streaming giant claimed the layoffs were carried out amid a slowdown in revenue and decline in subscribers. The layoffs once again targeted members of content arm ta-dum weeks after laying off dozens from the department in April.
Ta-dum is ta-dum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, most companies, the marketing people are the first ones to go a lot of times because they're like, yeah, we don't have money to spend on ads. Yeah.
Well, according to the Daily Mail, Netflix's recent axing of 290 staff targeted many of the firm's wokest workers who are prolific social justice warriors on social media. And it has been claimed.
It has been claimed. They have to put that in there. So
is this true? Or is this Twitter saying it's true? And they're like, so now Twitter's
this
having
is Variety.
hissy. Oh, Variety said it was true.
And
okay.
a newsletter.
Well, Variety's going to say that, even if it's true or not, just to be like, oh my God, they're firing all of us.
Yeah.
It's istophobia.
Struggling streaming services pulled the plug on several projects that were aimed at discussing race and LGBTQ issues, which we talked about. Anti-racist Baby. Ava DuVernay was doing some stuff.
And this is the key to that. And Variety reported they asked the diverse employees working and promoting on those projects. So it sounds like a lot of the people that were like, go, were on projects that they canceled.
Yeah, so it's not like they went, well, okay.
And a certain type of person is going to be on those projects.
Yes, that's it. It's kind of a chicken or egg type
it's like
thing.
From a certain point of view kind of narrative.
Anti-racist Baby is not going to be full of staffers who are straight white, Protestant Christian men.
Right. And so the people that got basically, so I think what's going on is the people that got axed on these projects they knew that were going to, not get them subscribers and cost money are now running out there and saying, oh my God, they got rid of us because we're social justice warriors and because we're, whatever, it's istophobia.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's what happened with Kickstarter too. It was like, oh my God, Kickstarter's getting rid of all the brown people and all the gay people.
Now this makes sense. A total of 150 recruitment workers were fired, as well as 70 animators and 70 contractors working on promotional materials for the firm, including social media and publishing. Yeah. So 70 animators got let go because they axed a bunch of projects. Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, this is like no duh. And now they're acting like, oh, because of istophobia. It's like, no, they got rid of animators because they canceled the people that were on those projects, like Anti-Racist Baby, that happen to be led by social justice warriors.
And there's a whole lot of examples here. So Barry Weiss did a newsletter on it saying the company framed the firings as layoffs, but 150 people doesn't really make a dent for a company of 11,000 people. Those 150 happen to include, just by chance, some of the most Twitter active social justice warriors in the place.
Can't say I blame them.
If you're given the opportunity, look, this happened with Kickstarter.
Squeaky wheel gets the pink slip.
Pretty much. This happened with Kickstarter. Like, they were literally just down for like a quarter, and they're like, oh my God, guys, things are so bad. We have to get rid of all those unionized, loudmouth employees. Good luck. We're going to buy your kind. Then, like, the next quarter, like, best quarter ever.
It's up. What the heck happened?
I don't know what happened. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. We're fine, and we're replacing you with somebody who's not a pain in the ass. That's the thing. You can be quote unquote woke and not be a pain in the ass. The problem is when you're a pain in the ass and you cost the company money, or you're protesting against Dave Chappelle and causing all kinds of bad headlines.
Again, the promotional workers were assigned to work on Netflix projects: Strong Black Lead, the Asian American focused Golden, Latino focused Todo, and the LGBTQ focused
Moist.
It should have been moist. Anyway, so like, well, those 70 promotion people were assigned to those things, and they're cutting some of those things. They're cutting a lot of programming. Those are just among them. So that's probably what they got gone.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is one of those things where, like with comic books too, they'll cut a comic book because it's not selling, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, they fired. And this literally happened with one publisher. Like, look at all the brown people they fired. I'm like, well, it just happened to be that particular book that did not sell had brown people working on it. It wasn't
up here
targeted.
Too. They're saying that they were going on here and saying that Netflix claims its layoffs were due to the slowdown in revenue and decline in subscribers, because it did. They lost a lot of subscribers. They were expecting to go up 3 million, and they lost 200,000. So basically, there's 3.2 million that went down.
Yeah,
because they didn't make that 3 million, and then they went to the negative. So yeah, when you lose that many subscribers, you don't grow. Where do you think the money's coming from?
Well, that's it. When the money runs out, the activism stops, because it's a luxury. It's a luxury.
They have problems with people doing password sharing. Who are most likely to password share?
Broke ass activists.
I was going to say like socialists, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this guy here, Drew Blackburn, doesn't know if he even has a job or not.
To dumb is just dumb.
To dumb. So this is an animator for Bob's Burgers. He also criticized Netflix for the layoffs while taking on other projects with wealthy backers.
Well, they got wealthy backers. They got rid of wealthy backers? You mean like they got rid of Meghan Markle?
Yeah, they got rid of Meghan Markle and her shows too, yeah. So he tweeted, "What a great day for Netflix to announce they're giving Ron Howard, a millionaire with no experience in animation, full control of an animated movie, while simultaneously snuffing out projects specifically focusing on marginalized group. Funny timing, huh?"
Well, isn't it funny that they gave people like N.D. Stevenson full control over an animated series when she had no experience they had no experience working on an animated series prior to that, other than doing writing for scripts. And they were using it to promote activism. It's funny how that can work both ways, isn't it?
Stevenson had, who, for those of you who don't know, is showrunner on She-Ra, had the most meteoric rise in animation history. Went from working on Tumblr comics to getting gigs at Marvel to helping on scripts on like DuckTales to getting their own show on an established property, all within the span of like 3 years.
Right. So it's okay when it works in reverse.
Right.
You know, same coin, different sides, buddy.
So this
I love it. It's Elon Musk's fault.
It's Elon Musk's fault. Yeah, the firings come after Elon Musk claims the firm's tanking share price was due to its content being infected by the woke mind virus.
But it's not untrue.
It's not untrue.
I mean, do I think that's the whole reason? No, I do not. But there's a lot of shows that they've gone a certain way with certain agendas, and they have not performed as well.
Now, we did a video before talking about how they told staffers, you know, Netflix might not be the place for you.
They didn't even give them time to quit, though.
No, they didn't.
It was like a few days before this.
I think it was basically like, yeah,
it's coming.
To dumb, you're fired. To dumb, you're fired. So Netflix told the Daily Mail, as we explained in our earnings, our slowing revenue growth means we are also having to slow our cost growth as a company. We're letting around 150 employees go today, mostly U.S. based.
I think it's going to be a lot more. I think that's just the start of it. Because
this is just the beginning, yeah.
Now, they have so much they have to cut now. They immediately panicked after that earnings call. Like, everything started getting axed immediately. So I think there's a 100% chance they're going to lay off a lot more people. And guess what? They're not all going to be woke, quote-unquote, people.
Yeah, they're not going to. But I think these are easy cuts. I'm not trying to be a dick. Okay, I'll be a dick. They're easy cuts because not only is there a statistically small audience for this kind of content, but a lot of people who work on these kinds of projects tend to be insufferable on social media, and they actually cost the company money.
Well, not just that. Like, there's a lot of projects they do that has diversity and inclusion in it. I mean, I'm not saying get rid of that, but then they're talking about regular shows that it's going to have mass appeal, diversity, inclusion, and then the highly specialized things like anti-racist baby. You know, we're talking like there's a huge, jump there.
Yeah. Yeah, but we said it seems curious that the stuff they're cutting is, again, Ava DuVernay, who also got cut over at CW, Warner, with David Zaslav, cut Naomi. You know, and now she's getting cut at Netflix, and both of these companies.
You have to wonder if maybe that she's a pain in the ass. And
that's exactly what I think it is. I mean, I don't know her, but I think she's probably a pain in the ass.
I have been told many, many times, when we were talking to
we're
Hollywood
a pain
people.
In the ass?
Well, yeah, that too, but
yeah.
But basically, your attitude, that you could be like the most talented person ever, but if your attitude sucks and you are constantly a pain in the ass, they're not going to work with you. They're going to pick somebody who might not be as talented as you, but that'll get along with everyone that they can work with. I mean, that's just normal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. And if they were demanding and stirring up trouble, and they're probably looking at this like, well, we either do another season of Stranger Things, which is a driver for subscribers, or we do anti-racist
There's
baby.
Also a connection here. They're all like geared at kids.
Yeah.
I mean, and these aren't like Coco Melon. Okay. No. But these are shows that were geared at kids, and that might be part of it too. They're like, well, we're going to cut, and since the kids program, we already have a bunch of it, and we don't really need a lot of these extra things, let's get rid of those. Some of them might not have been very far along in development too.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. It is what it is. It is a business decision in the fact that I think Netflix is starting to get a clue. I think a lot of companies are going to get a clue.
They've been.
I think Disney eventually is going to have to get a clue. I don't think Bob Chapek is going to do jack shit because I think he's a weak leader. But whoever replaces him might come in and do the same thing David Zaslav is doing at Warner Brothers. do the same thing that Netflix is doing and be like, yeah, you know what? This hiring activists right out of college thing, yeah, this isn't working.
Right. And again, activist is the key word. Because there, like I said, diversity and inclusion is all over the place. It's done right organically in many, many shows in many, many ways. The problem is you have activism and SJWism and all that, which is not the same thing as diversity and inclusion.
No, these are people who aren't focused on making money. They want to use your company and the platform that has been built up by other people to push their political ideology. And
that's not the same thing.
No, and they think they should be entitled to millions and millions of dollars to push their ideology. And I'm sorry, that's not realistic. You know, you go save.
You have to make, if you were making millions and millions of dollars.
If you're making millions and millions of dollars,
then by all means, yes, I can see, then I would be like, yeah, they should give you money. But if you're not.
And most of them aren't, you know.
So anyway, now that we're going to get labeled all kinds of names.
Whatever. It's literally what was it, Tuesday, Friday? I don't know what day I'm on.
Day that ends in Y.
Day that ends in Y. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Now he's just tasty, delicious, rotten flesh meat, which I can consume. Don't read into it too much.
Just like our museum, the cafe's open and Brewster is eager to serve. I don't think this was in the show. Run, 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 run. Oh, you got splatted.
Oh,
she was begging and you kicked her in the face.
I don't care.
Hey guys, Squid King here, and today we're in a...
Not girl boss at all. She is not a material girl.
She is not. Oh, it's Christmas time here in your mom. Nobody wants to join your mom.
What?
Like I can't even cook kid cuisine right. I would last about 2 minutes with Gordon Ramsay.
What? Where is he?
He's hiding. He's hiding from you.
Better.
Oh my God, you got the axe.
Walker, does this look like Steven Universe? Let me punch him. Well, I'm just here for the wax. Right where you belong.
Get in the dirt.
Well, that was a combination of events I probably shouldn't have put together. Anyways, let's open this bottle too.
Chica Pinata. Is that official?
Oh, no.
There's a bootleg.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, it's Diamond Tool.
Let's make a farm.
Like and subscribe and buy my merch.
I mean, while you're here, you guys should like really like and subscribe and buy our merch, all of which we have.
That is true. You can't run them carrying trash. You can get away with one F-bomb per PG-13 movie.
I wish I'd known that sooner.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this effer up.
Yes.